The guy at the gas station asks me, "You good, man? You need some towels or anything?" "No, man, I got it. I'm not some kind of idiot that gets gasoline all over my motorcycle tank." Yeah, what do? Made a huge mess. What's up, YouTube? This is Lowside P&W. Welcome to my very first moto vlog. Today I'm going to talk about why I, a novice, beginner rider, bought a Tiger 900 Rally Pro from Triumph. To be fair, the little lever was stuck on the gas pump and I couldn't disengage it. I was trying. I saw the level shooting up towards the top of the tank. I'm like, no, don't do it. The auto shut off worked, but of course the fuel was all the way at the top of the tank, so it splashed up and out. And yeah, whoops. I am currently in Salem, Oregon on a beautiful sunny 80-degree day, and I'm gonna take a little twisty back road over to Independence, and it'll give me lots of time to carve some corners and talk to you guys. So first of all, what do I mean when I say I'm a novice? Well, let's see, that's Skyline. I do want that road. I did get my endorsement almost 5 years ago. So I've been an endorsed rider for about 5 years. And after I got my endorsement, I rode for a solid 6 months. I rode all the time. Some long trips. Rode from Newport, Oregon down to Crescent City along Highway 101, and then back up through Crater Lake via Ashland, ended up in Bend, Oregon, and back to the coast again. It was a 3-day motorcycle trip, had an absolute blast, went with a good friend of mine who was riding a Ducati, and I was on a Triumph Bonneville, a 900 Twin, which happened to be my first motorcycle. 6 months into my riding experience, I got in a motorcycle wreck and low-sided my motorcycle at a pretty high rate of speed in the Portland area. It, sad to say, was a nearly 100% avoidable accident. I blame my lack of skill and the fact that a large object fell off the back of a semi-truck, causing everybody to slam on their brakes. What I can say is that I was going fast enough that at my skill level I was in no way, shape, or form going to avoid the accident ahead. I slammed on the brakes and low-sided at roughly 50 miles an hour, I think, and it hurt and totaled the bike, and I didn't ride again for several years. So here I am now, 4 years later, I guess, and I'm back on two wheels, this time with another Triumph, but the Tiger 900 Rally Pro. Why did I buy the Tiger 900, you ask? Well, about 2 years ago, I really started getting the itch to get back on a bike again, and the Tiger 800 at that time, the 2018 model, was really doing it for me, and I nearly bought one. I just never pulled the trigger on it, kind of held off. I still had some reservations. Money was definitely a factor, and here we are 2 years later, and the Tiger 900 is out, and I knew I wanted one. When I say I'm a novice, look no further than these cornering lines I'm picking. That should be evidence enough that I'm a fairly beginner rider. And that's okay. I know it. I own it. You can also look at the speedometer to know that I'm not out trying to prove anything right now either. So what did I learn on the Bonneville? Well, I learned that long distance riding was kind of what I was into. Although I do love ripping around town, and kind of the cafe style of the Bonneville was attractive. I liked to ride it down to the local pub and cruise around town. But it didn't have a very good range, and I was always getting gas. I don't know what the actual range of that thing was. It felt like it was like 60 or 80 miles. It just didn't seem like I could go very far before I was looking for a gas station again. So that was kind of a deciding factor where I knew I wanted something that had some long-range capabilities. After my accident, I knew that it was mostly my fault because of my skill level. Everybody slammed on their brakes. I was traveling fast enough that I really couldn't do much. I grabbed way too much front brake, no anti-lock brakes, completely washed out the front tire and bit it pretty hard. So I started looking at bikes that had anti-lock brake systems and a tire pressure monitor system that this bike has, as my front tire was underinflated that same day as well. And had I been running a properly inflated front tire, I might possibly have done better as well. But who knows? Doesn't really matter anymore. I started eyeballing the Tigers. I've been riding this bike now for over 600 miles. The wrench is on, as is the warning light for the rear tire pressure sensor, which is not working, unfortunately. So it thinks there's no air back there, but there is. I religiously check the air pressure now. I check it before every ride. We're totally good. The dealership is going to fix that when I bring it in for service here shortly. But 600 miles in, what can I say about this bike? I love it. It's been awesome. It's so much fun to ride. It's got so many great features, and it's comfortable. It's cool looking, and it should definitely serve every purpose I need in a motorcycle. This bike is way more capable than I am. So the Rally Pro, it has just about every feature a person could want. It has all of the rider modes, which I think is 6, although I have mostly just kept it in road mode this entire time. I haven't really even put it in sport mode, except maybe once or twice. I am just taking it easy on this bike. I'm really working on getting my comfort level back on a bike, and I'm not out tearing it up. So road mode has worked absolutely great. I have not put it in off-road mode yet, but I did get out and ride some gravel roads, which was fun. And even in road mode, this thing with the traction control really makes it easy to ride. It keeps that rear wheel really planted, and it's you know, you can't burn out. You can't lose traction, which is pretty cool. Of course, if you're into adventure riding, I know the appeal of being able to spin the rear tire, but like I said, I'm just doing me right now, man. Just riding my ride. The exhaust, stock exhaust on this bike is fantastic. Wow, took that a little wide, didn't it? There's no reason to change it. I think it sounds super good, and it looks really sharp too. In fact, there's really nothing about this bike that I'm gonna change. I don't think, not for a while anyway. I'm actually just gonna ride it exactly as it is, with the exception of some upper crash bars, which I have ordered, and will be here in a couple of days, and I'm gonna install those myself. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that you also need a fog light relocation kit to put the fog lights on the crash bars. So I'm gonna have to just take the fog lights off for now, which is okay. I would rather have the crash bars on than the fog lights right now, and I will get the fog light relocation kit. Sadly, they are back ordered along with everything else. When I drop this bike somewhere, notice I say when, not if. When I drop this bike somewhere, I really want the upper crash bars on it. This does have the lower crash bars on there. That comes stock with the Rally Pro. So that's nice. I'm just under 6 feet tall, just right at 6 feet tall. I can flat foot this bike no problem. And I'm in the tallest riding position too, so that goes to show you can still lower the seat on this thing by an inch or two. I would say a shorter than average rider could also flat foot this bike without having to do the lowering kit. And certainly getting feet on the ground for even shorter riders is not going to be a problem. It doesn't feel too heavy. It flicks in and out of, you know, lane position really easy. And it's just a really comfortable bike to ride. I really couldn't be happier with this decision to buy this bike. Oh, this bike has the TSA. What is TSA, you ask? It's not airport security, it's the Triumph Shift Assist. So lazy riders like me don't have to pull the clutch to shift gears. So it will blip the throttle for you to rev match and help you shift gears, which is really a nice convenient feature. It also has auto cancellation signals, blinkers. So when idiots like me forget to turn your blinker off, this will do it for you. Isn't that nice? Thanks, Triumph. The Rally Pro also comes with the 7-inch TFT display. It's really nice. It's really easy to see. I currently have it in low contrast mode, which means it's black. The high contrast mode has a white background. It's much brighter. Both are easy to see. I have no problem seeing this at all, and I leave it mostly in the low contrast. In fact, I've always left it in the low contrast since I switched over to it. I think it looks nice. It kind of blends in with the front of the bike here. It looks really sharp. I don't know how well it's showing up in the daytime right now, but to my eyes right now, it's very, very easy to see. It's very bright. It's laminated directly to the front glass, where the older Triumphs, there was an additional sheet of glass, I believe, if I understand this correctly, that was over the top of it. They figured out a way to laminate it directly to the front glass, giving you a lot clearer display, and it's a lot brighter too. There's 4 different styles that you can switch through on this that change where things are displayed on the screen. You can switch this up real easy, so when you're tired of the way this looks and you want to get a fresh feel on the bike, it's easy to switch it around and kind of rearrange the instruments there. Looks really nice. This bike comes with the Brembo Stylema disc brakes. Very powerful brakes. I have no problem stopping on this bike. So it has a nice progressive feel to it. I find it very easy to roll the front brake on and then progressively add more and more power to it to stop quicker and quicker. It works great. I have absolute confidence in this bike's stopping ability. It also comes with the Triumph My Connectivity Suite, which is their Bluetooth system. This bike does have that on there. Unfortunately, unfortunately, they did not activate it for me before they delivered the bike. So I haven't been able to try it out yet. The bike's going in for service here next week for its first oil change. They'll get that all sorted out for me, along with the tire pressure monitor that's not working. And I should be in business. That's gonna give me access to the navigation, the messaging, and being able to control these GoPro cameras is gonna be pretty sweet. Can't wait to try that out. So in all my rambling there, did I answer the question, why did I, a beginner rider with just a few thousand miles under my belt, buy a Tiger Triumph 900 Rally Pro? In summary, it's a great bike. I think it's got a lot of safety features that are really put to good use with new riders and experienced riders as well. Anti-lock brake systems, the traction control system, tire pressure monitoring. Is a 900 too big for a first bike? Maybe. It just depends. It's never felt too big for me, but I'm really good about not riding outside of my comfort level. I don't push it. I don't feel like I have to ride too fast if I don't want to. I'm not really into speed anyway, and this bike is plenty powerful enough. But let me tell you, it really can get up and move. It's got a lot of low-end torque, and even at 50, 60 miles an hour right now, I can grab this throttle and really rip down the road here. It's got a lot left in the tank here. Adjustable suspension, adjustable seat height, so you can dial it into just your taste for your body height, size, weight, whatever. It's good on the road. It's great off-road. A new set of tires on this if you want to get into the dirt, into the mud. This bike is really capable. I currently just have the tires that it came with from the dealership, which are the Bridgestone A41, the Adventure 41s, not the Adventure Crosses. These are the 90-10 kind of road, mostly road tires, but they're supposedly really good in rainy and wet conditions with some light dirt and gravel off-road capabilities. That's fine for me right now. I am going to be getting some new tires soon. I'll talk about that in a future video. I think I've got my mind made up on exactly what I want to get, but time will tell. Well, I think I've rambled on long enough. If you've made it this far through the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching. If you have any questions about the Tiger 900 or any comments, leave one below. I'd love to know what your take is on the Tiger. Do you have one? Are you thinking about getting one? What's your experience level? What do you think about a Tiger for a new rider? And also, because this is a new channel, if you could hit the subscribe button and the like button and also the notification button, all the things that everybody always begs you to do when you watch their videos, it would really help me out and I'd really appreciate it. You've already watched this much of me. What would it hurt to just click that button anyway? It's my first video, man. Don't make me beg. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. See you on the next video. I could really use a frosty beverage right now.